We are here with the Cloudspire Update Pack. Let's open it up and see what's in here. Let's see what we got. So we have a stack of cards here. And in them, they are the same cards that you get in the regular, just some of them are updated. So here we have all of our expansion cards with the little symbol here. So that's your expansion relics. And then we have our regular relics here. And just as an example, these are the two new ones. And these are the old ones. So we just did a cut so that we can go over the cards in a little more detail.
Yes, well, I guess Matthias will speak. Okay, great. So it looks like they've updated pretty much all the cards you got with the expansion and that you got within the base game. Some of the text is different, but for instance, these two cards, the text is different. For these two cards, the text is the same. So I'm trying to figure out why they would replace them, but the coloring is a little different. So I like going that extra mile because sometimes if you see an old card versus a new card, you know what's changed and what's not. So that's ruined other expansions for us. So very good job on that. And then we'll just keep working our way through.
All right. So Matthias, if you can move the old cards out so
See,
we
I can
don't
barely
mix them
tell
out.
the difference. I think those are the old ones.
Those are the old ones.
Okay.
So here are the rest of the cards.
Okay.
And then we have our chips. And let's see what we have with the new chips.
So it looks like that faction.
So we have...
I'm trying to remember the name of that faction.
This is the
Grove Tenders.
Yeah, we have the Grove Tenders here. I think this might be the entire faction.
Looks pretty close to it.
Maybe not, because we only have one of our heroes. So it is... We have our shrubbery. So we have a few of our spires and some of our characters.
So I'm trying to figure out exactly what they changed, but while we're kind of doing this, I will say for $10, they could have skimped on this, and they obviously cared about what this game is going to be going forward and went pretty much all in on this. So very impressive. So interesting, I'm looking at one of the heroes. They've changed from on the new one, it is a star. On the old one, it was a 5. At least I think that's the old one. Now I'm getting them confused. But let's see here. No, I think that's the old one. Yeah, I've completely confused your chips here, huh?
How about we leave the old ones to the side for right now?
Okay.
And we can just talk about what we have going on here. So the other thing, we do have a lot of the these guys that have come back. The Ancient Tracks here. There's a whole bunch of those that are new to the game as well. We have another faction here that looks like it has been completely updated. And this is the really cool faction where it's a different character on the backside. So without sitting here and comparing each individual one, I'm not sure what has changed or if anything has changed on all of them. I do believe this one is different. I don't recall that wording being on it before, the Call Minion. I believe it said something different.
Yeah, well, like just looking right here, air defense is definitely different and has been updated. I don't know if that's based on what some people said the airs were able to do some different things. So I'm not 100% sure what air defense is. But we have the new books that will explain to us.
The Neronians have always had some air defense because they can fight against the airs. The Neronians.
Well, range will let you do that.
Yes. Right? So. And then we have...
Gosh, are these new or the old?
These are all new, and you can tell that they are quite magnetic because they are really attracting to one another. And then we have some of the airs.
And it looks like there's some balancing because here's the Anarchist I love using the Anarchist in the regular game, but he is a 5 attack. I know that. In the regular game now, he is a 3 attack. So maybe they've rebalanced some of these characters.
And then the books that they have given you. So they have given you an updated Grige scenario book. So I know one of the issues was the rule books were hard to understand. So we do have the
old
new...
one right here, so
if we flip through here, we have a solo campaign,
Yeah,
co-op
let's go.
campaign.
There you go. Okay, so here's the old, and then here's the new. A lot easier to read, better setup. They've changed up the art a bit, which is kind of cool. They let you know who the hero is. Yeah, just a lot easier to parse.
And they're using color and whatnot to make it a lot more approachable. Then we have the rulebook, which I'm sure is going to have many changes. So pretty much all your definitions, your gameplay, what everything does, because a lot of the other rules are in your scenario books.
Well, that's great. You didn't get a rules reference before. So you had like a couple pages at the back, but that's...
And now you have an entire rules reference book in addition to your rule book, which is what you had. But the graphics, the artwork, the color choices they've used really make things pop off the page. So it just makes the game that much more approachable. As well, just the way that they have the graphics done for stacking is, again, more approachable for somebody learning this game from the get-go.
Yeah, because we love this game, but I think one of our complaints with it would have been was when we would be playing, we would just jump into the facts all the time to try to figure things out. So hopefully this mitigates that.
Yeah, and then here's our update pack, what it came with. So it came with your base component content, so your rulebook reference, 2 scenario books, 5 reference sheets, so those must be these guys. Ooh, I am super stoked for these. They did not have anything like this.
No.
This is incredible. This, now when you're trying to figure out how to build your factions, before you just had a page like this for Nerona, and you had the traits on the back. Not as approachable. You had to kind of move around to figure out which ones belong to which character. Here, every character is built out, and it tells you what their powers do, which, to me, is a huge pro. And then on the other side, again, if we compare it, this was the original, and this is the new one. So much, much easier to look at, nicer graphics, and the same for all of them. So every faction now has the updated sheets, as well as an updated sheet for the landmark tiles and the market talents. So here are our market talents. So we did get a few of those, new ones, and then the landmarks. And what everything does, again, a lot easier to read than the table format of the original. So that is a huge upgrade in my books. Oh, there's one more. Oh, the Grige. So that's the expansion one. And we have the entire new solo scenarios. So that is quite a large book. And they provided the entire scenario printout again, but with a lot of amazing graphics.
That's different.
So this is different, the setups, and just all the graphic details that they added into it to make it more approachable.
And I think there were a couple updates too. I know in some of the scenarios they said, "Oh, we made a mistake." So probably
and then the cooperative as well. And that is what is in the update pack for $10.